you're still struggling with some very basic things about growing up and being a young man or a young woman. You're struggling to plot your course and plan what you want to do from a scholastic perspective or perhaps from a professional perspective. And most importantly, you're struggling to break away from your parents. You want to be independent, you want to get out of the house, and you want to live your own life.
So I was in my junior year at Virginia Tech. It was about a week and a half, 2 weeks before Thanksgiving break, where I just started experiencing really bad back pain. After a couple of days of just the back pain, I started getting tingling in my toes to the point where I couldn't really walk. It was just very, very unbalanced. And so after that got much worse, I finally got to a neurologist.
When she gave me the call and said she was going to the MRI, I jumped in my car and started heading out to Blacksburg.
They took about 10 days for the pathology report to be sent to UVA and find out that it was Ewing sarcoma.
Eileen and I were going to get lunch and we went into this Home Goods parking lot and her phone rang and she's like talking to him on the phone. She gets off and she goes, "It's Ewing sarcoma." And we both just like start crying. We're sitting in the car, we're just bawling. And then we both look up and we're just like, what the heck is Ewing sarcoma? And then we just start laughing. And it's just like, we'll never forget that moment.
I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I didn't know what the difference between radiation and chemo was. There were so many different scenarios where I was thrown into needing to make a decision for myself.
Just like when Eileen came to us and she struggled to walk, we meet so many patients and families who are facing insurmountable challenges related to their cancer diagnosis. And so our job as an organization, as a community, is to identify these obstacles, leverage our partners, and find solutions so that they can move forward. And most importantly, we're not just here for the patient, but the family. We provide them hope, guidance, support, and hopefully let them see light at the end of the tunnel beyond their cancer diagnosis.
Every challenge that was thrown at her, she took it on and never let it defeat her. A friend of Eileen's was very involved with Ulman Foundation, and she said, "You need to contact Ulman."
A girl named Allie was the patient coordinator at Children's National, and she worked for Ulman, and so she continued our relationship with the Ulman Cancer Fund and exposed us to so many different resources.
It was just a dream come true for a mom, because you have 3-year-olds, 5-year-olds. You don't have very many children over 13 on this oncology hematology ward. And whenever we'd go in, Allie would be there and have activities for these teenagers, these young adults. Just how she engaged with us when we were there. Just to have somebody else to talk to that is a peer was just wonderful.
They helped me hundreds of ways. Like, they visited me in the hospital when I was there, and having Allie throughout this entire thing has been wonderful. It's just been a positive light and something that's not so light and not so bright. Our relationship with Ulman kind of blossomed was when I was sent to Baltimore for radiation.
A cancer diagnosis is devastating at any age, but especially when you're a young adult with your whole life ahead of you. The Ulman Cancer Fund for Young Adults is here to help young adults and their families navigate their diagnosis, their treatment, and their survivorship.
Mom and I were just thrown into this city that we had never been in, and we were there for 6 weeks. And so she knew that my mom and I were very active and always went to the gym, and that was like kind of our stress reliever. And she got us an Under Armour gym membership at the headquarters gym that that Ulman Cancer Fund has a relationship with. And my mom alone, yeah, I can't even really describe it. Every single step of the way, we are way too similar, and we got extremely close. We could talk about anything. We spent hours upon hours together, day in and day out, whether it be in the hospital. While I was getting chemo, she could look at me in the face, tell that I was not okay, and if it was a nauseous face, she would get the fresh ginger and put it under my nose. She would do anything that she knew was going to help. It's a motherly instinct.